Miami Dolphin fans, what is going on? Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, ready to get into the latest news and rumors around the Dolphins. But before I do, I got to give some love to today's sponsor, Manscaped. Head on over to manscaped.com and use promo code Dolphins. Yes, hopefully y'all can remember that promo code Dolphins to save 20% on the best male grooming products on the market. If for whatever reason you can't remember that link, as always, it's in the comments and it's in the description. Will Miami cut veteran wide receiver Allen Hurns? In a recent article by ESPN, they decided to break down one potential cut candidate before training camp for all 32 teams. The player that was picked for the Dolphins was Allen Hurns. Hurns has been a very popular name in terms of a cut candidate, simply because you're seeing a lot of these NFL teams, the Dolphins included, that have a player that if they decided to opt out and now they're going to play this upcoming season, you could see them potentially on their way out. The other reason why this move does make a lot of sense, not only is it going to save you $1.2 million, and sure, there is going to be a little bit of a dead cap hit there with Hurns, but Miami has a ton, and I mean a ton, of wide receiver depth. They might not always be the best players out there, but you know what? If you got some dudes like a Will Fuller, if he could stay healthy, if Preston Williams can stay healthy, if Devontae Parker can stay healthy, you got a plethora of receivers for a young quarterback like Tua Tagovailoa, and let's face it, no disrespect to Allen Hurns, he's not the future of this football team. You're going to try to get a lot of these other younger players a little bit more time. So here's what ESPN had to say on why Allen Hurns could potentially be a cut candidate. The Dolphins receiving room got a lot deeper with the additions of Will Fuller and Jaylen Waddle to pair with 2020 starters Devontae Parker and Preston Williams. Adding promising 2020 third-round pick Lynn Bowden Jr., and that's 5 receiver spots likely locked down. So you already heard him talk about Parker, Fuller, Waddle, Preston Williams, and then, yes, Lynn Bowden Jr., but you also have Reuben Foster, somebody to keep in mind. Jakeem Grant could be a player to keep in mind as well. Allen Hurns, I mean, the guy that I didn't even mention is Albert Wilson. He's not even on this list, but it just kind of goes to show you that there are a lot of really talented pieces. But then you also have, well, a tight end in Mike Gesicki, who's also going to get plenty of targets. So if I'm Tua Tagovailoa, I'm feeling pretty darn good about my young receivers here. Here's the other thing that ESPN had to say on Allen Hurns could get cut. Leaving veterans such as Hurns, who is a versatile backup, Albert Wilson, an enormous performer in yards after the catch when healthy, Jakeem Grant, an all-pro returner with a $3.6 million salary, and Mack Hollins, a special teams standout, competing for 1 or 2 remaining spots. All could be vulnerable, but Wilson and Grant might have an early edge over Hurns. So the one player that I do really want to keep in mind here is Jakeem Grant, because if I was the Dolphins and I could really only keep maybe 1 or 2 players out of the guys that ESPN just mentioned, the one dude that I really like is Grant. Not only does he have this just straight line speed, and I also don't want to say that he's a lesser version of Jaylen Waddle, but let's face it, he is. And Waddle, who is a player that I know the Dolphins want to be able to move all around the football field. If he gets hurt again, you might be able to throw in Jakeem Grant, who actually was pretty clutch for you last season, and also a very good return man. Another dude to potentially keep in mind here is Albert Wilson, and this is probably going to be a guy that's on his way out, similar to what Allen Hurns is dealing with. He's an older player. Was there a time where Hurns and Wilson were probably your 2 out of your top 4 receivers? Yes, but they decided to opt out, and, to each their own. But if I'm the Dolphins and I can go ahead and I can save some money by moving on 2 veterans that I might not really plan on playing much anyway, it could make some sense here. So I'm going to hit you with a pretty tough question. I'm curious where you guys end up on this one. If you could only keep 1 receiver on screen, who would it end up being? Because let's just say the Miami Dolphins decide to keep 6 wide receivers on that 53-man roster. They're going to keep Parker. They're going to keep Waddle, Fuller, Preston Williams, Lynn Bowden Jr., which kind of leaves you with only 1 spot left. So if you're going to keep Allen Hurns, I want you to type AH. If you want to keep Mack Hollins and that amazing afro, hey, I don't blame you at all, man. Type MH. What about Albert Wilson? Type AW, and I'm not talking about the root beer. Or are you going to keep wide receiver Jakeem Grant? Type JG. I am going to go ahead and take Jakeem Grant. If you guys always find yourself looking for the latest news and rumors around the Miami Dolphins, you're in the right place, and actually we are getting ready to get into some pretty interesting training camp news. But the other thing that I do want to tell people that is very important with any YouTube channel, we're free for a reason, which means we also need you guys to help us out and support. So if you could, please go ahead. It takes literally 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button, but also turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss anything the entire offseason. I've been making promises on this channel, on all of our Chat Sports channels, that I'm going to give some love to the people that I know have their notifications turned on. You know how I know you have them turned on? You're one of the very first people to comment on a video. So over the last 5 videos that we've put out on this channel, here are the very first comments. So the next time you see a channel or I guess a video drop, try to be the very first person, and who knows, you might get some love on the show. So shout out to AP, Google Sucks, Big Keith 41, Shake 'em Down Goals SDGTV, and then Tristan Royal. Shout out to y'all. All right, y'all, so let's get into some training camp news that literally just came out today on July 7th. As y'all know, the Dolphins, here's their preseason schedule. You're going up against the Chicago Bears on August 14th, the Falcons on August 21st, and then the Cincinnati Bengals on August 29th. The reason why I wanted to be able to bring this up, not that the preseason schedule just got released, but there's going to be some joint practices here. So the Dolphins are going to be hosting joint practice with the Atlanta Falcons. This is going to be on August 18th. And on August 19th, getting ready to lead up to that second preseason game. I'll tell you what, I'm curious on how y'all fall on whether or not you like joint practices or not, because some people don't like it because it's an opportunity where players get, a little bit feisty. Maybe some fights break out. It's also another opportunity that a team could potentially see some of the stuff that you're doing, or injuries can pile up. So I'm genuinely curious. Do you guys like joint practices? If you're like, you know what, Mitch, yeah, I do like that. I want you to type L down in the comments. Or if you dislike it, I want you to go ahead and type D. Here's where I'm at. I'm typing that like, and I'm going to say HE double hockey sticks. Yes, I am all about joint practices. Imagine battling your friends, right, your teammates, for such a long time. I bet you would be pretty nice once in a while to start beating up on some other dudes as well. And it's probably a good measurement of how you're going to stack up against another NFL team. You're not going to give away all your secrets, but you know what? Anytime I can go up against somebody that's not on my team, not wearing my same jersey, I'm liking that a lot. So yes, I actually really like joint practices. Something that I know you guys are also really going to like, Manscaped. And if you haven't used their products yet, then I'm going to guess that there is a 99.9% chance that you are single. Head on over to manscaped.com, promo code Dolphins. Why do you use that promo code? Because we can hook you up and save 20% off, and you can get free shipping. If for whatever reason you don't remember that it's manscaped.com and you can't remember that it's promo code Dolphins, I got you covered. It's going to be in the description. It's also going to be in the comments section below. The reason why I absolutely love the Lawnmower 4.0, it's got a long battery life on it. You can use it in the shower, and there's a nice little light on the edge of the tip, so when you're in those hard-to-reach places, whether maybe you're trying to get your Dolphins blowhole, I don't know what you want to use this thing for, but you can go ahead and do that thanks to Manscaped. And if maybe you want to go out and get the perfect package, it's only $87.99 with our code Dolphins. Usually this thing is over $100. I know the 4th of July just passed. I know Father's Day just passed. But if you still need an awesome gift idea, I mean, come on. It is the middle of the summer after all. Get set up with Manscaped. Your balls, they will thank you. So here's the training camp news that I want to be able to take a deep dive on with y'all. And the location is at Baptist Health Training Complex in Miami Gardens. So the Dolphins have 14 open practices to the public, which means if you're a Dolphins fan and you live near Miami Gardens, hey, let me know if you're going. So tickets are free. Season ticket holders, they're going to get first dibs today, July 7th. And for the general public, y'all get your shot tomorrow on July 8th. So if you do want to have a chance to go watch this, if you're a season ticket holder, let me know, because I actually think it'd be pretty dope. No, I live in Dallas, Texas. I wouldn't be able to go. But all tickets, they must be reserved via Ticketmaster. So that's just something I want to be able to, tell you guys about. If you haven't seen the facility yet, this thing does look really, really awesome. The Baptist Health Training Complex. and this is the first time it's going to be opened up. They got all these indoor areas that you guys can sit at, chill, have a good time. But at the end of the day, if you have an opportunity to go watch your favorite team at practice, maybe you want to try to book one for one of those joint practices, because guess what? Here are all the dates set up that you guys can go and enjoy. So label it, I guess, in your calendars. Let me know which days you're going. All of these are, in fact, at 10:10 a.m., but you got July 31st is the first one. We can just kind of roll through all these nice and quick. Remember, Wednesday and Thursday, the 18th and the 19th, those are the joint practices with the Atlanta Falcons. And then rounding it out the last 4 days, if you guys want to have a chance to go, the last day is Friday, August 27th, getting ready to rock and roll a few weeks prior to week 1 going up against the New England Patriots. So do you guys plan on going to the Dolphins training camp? Type Y for yes, or you can go down and type your N for no. If you do plan on going, hey, let me know exactly which day. Send some pictures. I'm always down to see what you guys are doing. And if you made it this far in the video, that means we're doing something right around here. So please go ahead and subscribe. Oh, and turn on those notifications.